Hello everyone and welcome back. So now we know that what are natural numbers and what are whole numbers. In the previous videos we saw that there's a difference between whole number and a natural number. So now let's move to another topic, and that is related to natural numbers and whole numbers, and that is number line. And as you can see that in the name we have line, and therefore we are going to deal with the line. So let me draw a line first. So say this is a line, this is a line, okay, this is a line. If I draw, or if I plot 0 here, now you remember that collection of natural numbers do not contain 0, while collection of whole numbers contain 0. So if I plot 0 on this line, and I keep on plotting the successors of each number. So what would be the successor of 0? So if I add 1 to 0, I'll get 1, and 1 is a successor. So 1 is a successor. And now what would be the successor of 1? It would be 2. So if I add 1 to 1, it would be 2. So this is 2. And similarly, it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, and it will go on, right? There's no limit of that, but we have plotted 15 whole numbers, that is from 0 to 15. Okay. Now you note that the distance between these two, distance between 1 and 2, distance between 2 and 3, and every distance between two consecutive numbers, okay, is a unit value. Why unit value? Because you can see that if the successor of 0 was 1, therefore of course 1 minus 0 would be 1. The successor of 1 was 2, therefore 2 minus 1 would be 1. Therefore the distance between all the consecutive numbers is of unit value, that is, they are equal distant from each other. The consecutive numbers are equal distant from each other. Value, that means 1. Okay, so we plotted numbers beginning from 0 till 15, and we saw that they all are equal distant because each number is a successor of the previous one, right? So they will have a space of equal space between each consecutive numbers would be of unit value, that is of 1. Now this is actually the number line. And what does that mean? That you have plotted numbers on a line, therefore it has become a number line. Now let's perform some operation, and let's see that how we perform operation using number line. Now you would say that what is the meaning of operation? So we know that we have operations like addition, we have operations like subtraction, multiplication, and division. So we know how to do them arithmetically, but can we do it using number line? Yes, of course we can do it using number line. So let's see that how will we do that. So the first one would be addition. Okay, so first one would be addition. So when you add, suppose you add, and let me clear all this, give me time. Okay, let's do some addition. And if I take a line, if I draw this line again, and if I plot 0, 1, 2, 3, remember all are equal distant from the previous one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and this is 12. Okay, now suppose someone asks you that you're asked to perform 4 plus 3. Okay, so what you would do, you know that arithmetically you can do, it's 4 plus 3 is equal to 7, is equal to 7, but how will we do using number line? So it is 4, right? Now you know that 4 plus 3 it's similar to 3 plus 4. Okay, and I'm going to show you the two ways. Either start from 4 or start from 3, you are going to get the same result. So let me start first. I'll show for this 4 plus 3. Okay, 4 plus 3, and I said that start from 4. So start from 4 here. Okay, from here start from 4. Now you have to add 3. You have to add 3. So from 4 start jumping 3 times. Okay, to the next number, start jumping to the next number 3 times. So this is the first jump, right? Then the second jump, and then the third jump. So where did you land? You landed at 7. Where is this point? This point of the arrow, that is this curved arrow, is pointing at 7. Therefore the answer is 7. So this would be the way to show on the number line. Now let me show you for this 3 plus 4. You are going to get the same answer, but I'm just showing you how will you do that. So if you start from 3, okay, you start from 3. So you just come here, and let me delete all this. Okay. So you start from here, 3, and you have to add 4. So you take 4 jumps. You take 4 jumps from here. So this would be first jump 1, then 2, then 3, and then 4. So even now in this case also you can see that the point of this arrow is pointing towards 7, right? So again the answer is 7. So you could see that in both the cases you got the same answer. So if you are asked in your examination to add 2 numbers using number line, so either you start from 4 and take 3 jumps, or you start from 3 and you take 4 jumps, or whatsoever number has been given to you according to that, the answer would be same. Okay, but that would not be the case in the case of subtraction, because you know that if I minus 4 minus 3, then that is not same as 3 minus 4. You know that you cannot do this, but with addition you can do this. So let me take one more example so that this concept is completely clear to you. Okay, so let me take say you're asked for 5 plus 5. For 5 plus 5. So you start from 5. You start from 5 and take 5 jumps. You have to do 5 jumps. So the first jump, the second jump, the third jump, the fourth, and the fifth. And the point of this arrow is pointing at 10. Is pointing at 10. Therefore, the answer would be 10. So this would be the way to represent our number line. Now let's jump for subtraction. For subtraction. So again, I'm drawing a line. I'm drawing a line. So this would be a line. This would be my line. Okay. Let me point the numbers on this. This is 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. and this is a number line. Now we have to perform subtraction. And suppose the question is that you have to perform for 4 minus 2. So in that case, this is 4, right? So jump here, straight jump here, 4. Now in the case of addition, you were jumping towards the right? Towards the right. But in the case of subtraction, what you have to do, you start jumping. In the case of addition, you are jumping forward. In the case of or towards the right. But in the case of subtraction, what you have to do is start jumping towards the left or backwards, right or forward in the case of addition, but in this case it would be left or backward. In which case? In the case of subtraction. So here you can see that this is 4 and this is 2. So take 2 jumps backward. So 1 and 2. Where did you land? You landed at 2. Therefore the answer would be 2. Okay. Now remember, as in the case of addition, I told you that you can do 4 plus 2 is equal to 2 plus 4. And therefore you can start from either from 4 and take 2 jumps, or start from 2 and take 4 jumps. But that would not be the case in this case, that is in the case of subtraction. You cannot start from 2 and take 4 jumps backward, because in that case you will get a negative number that would, and you cannot plot it on the number line here, and the answer would be different for this one. So 4 minus 2 is 2, and you landed at 2. Let me take one more example. Suppose you are asked for 8 minus 3. So you have been asked for 8 minus 3. So you have to start from straight jump at 8. Okay, jump at 8. So you got here, this is 8. And you have to take 3 jumps backward. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3. Where did you land? You landed at 5, and therefore the answer is 5. Now let's do for multiplication and we'll see that how we perform multiplication on number line. So suppose you're asked for 4 multiplied by 3. 4 multiplied by 3. And you know that 4 multiplied by 3 is equal to 3 multiplied by 4, and both will give the 12 only. So here in case of multiplication, pay attention it's a little bit different from the addition and from the subtraction. In addition or subtraction, we were starting, like you saw here in the case when we were having 4 minus 2, we started at 4, and in the case of addition, we started from 4 or we started from 3 as per our wish. But in case of multiplication, make a note that you'll always start from 0. You will always start from 0. You'll always start from 0. Okay? You'll always start from here. Now, there are 2 ways. The first way, like I'm telling you for this example. Let me first take for 4 multiplied by 3. Okay. So just pay attention to how I'm doing this. This is 4. This is 4. So what you have to do is, this is 1 step forward, 2 jump. Let me make them a little smaller. So this would be the first jump, the second jump, the 3 and 4. This one, right? 4. Now this would be one single jump in case of multiplication. So you jumped 4 times, but you will count it a single time, because now this you can pay attention to this red one, right? This will be the count for this one, 3. would be for 3. These small jumps, that is 1, 2, then 3, and then 4, that is 4 small jumps were representing this. But now you'll do such jumps 3 times, right? So this one was a single jump. Now do another 4 small jumps. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. So this would be now the second jump. This would be now a second jump. Okay. So again, you take 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then 4. And since you had to take 3 times these long jumps, this is a small jump. The small jump will represent this number, and the long jump will represent this number. Okay, so this would be the third one, right? So these 4 small jumps are making one big jump. 4 small jumps are making one big jump. 4 small jumps are making one big jump. And the count of big jumps would be equal to this number, and the count of small jumps would be equal to this number. Okay, now turn it around. Like now perform for 3 multiplied by 4. Perform for 3 multiplied by 4. So in this case you got the answer 12, because the final point was coming at 12. So this was 12. Now similar you will get for 3 multiplied by 4, and I'll tell you how. Let me delete all this. And I hope that it's making some sense to you, right? That I'm not confusing you, because sometimes you find hard to, explain in words, but when you perform, then you can better explain them. So here, this would be small jumps, this would be small jumps, and this would be big jumps. So you have to make these small jumps, that is of length 3, 4 times, right? So starting from 0, take 3 small jumps. So 1, this 2, this is 3. Hey, I made 3 small jumps, but I have to do such 4 times. Okay, so this is one big jump, right? Then again make 3 small jump. 1, 2, 3. So this is second big jump. Remember, you have to go 4 big jumps, right? So again 1, 2, and 3. So this would be the third big jump. Again 1, 2, and 3, and this was the final big jump, right? Since this number was 4, so you had to take 4 big jumps. And therefore it landed on 12. Therefore the answer even in this case is 12, right? So you saw it. Similarly, suppose you were asked for say 3 multiplied by 2. So you can check just for practice for 3 multiplied by 2 and 2 multiplied by 3. In this case 2 would be the big jumps, in this case 3 would be the big jumps. Okay, so if I have to explain you for this one, so 3 multiplied by 2, so 2 long jumps made of 3 small jumps, right? So if I have to draw this 1, 2, 3, and therefore one big jump is up to here, right? Then again one more 3 would be 1, 2, and 3, and this is the final big jump in the case of 3 multiplied by 2, right? And the answer you got is 6. So I hope that makes some sense to you. And one more important thing in this number line, that you can clearly see that if you move towards the right, if you move towards the right, then the farther you move from the number, from any number, either from 0, from 1, or any number, if you move further towards the right, then the value increases. That is, numbers value increases, right? It increases. Take an example for 6. If you start from 6 and start moving towards the right, then comes 7, then comes 8, then comes 9. Therefore, the number is going on, it's increasing. But if you move towards left, okay, if you move towards left, then the number is actually decreasing. Okay, the value is decreasing, because 5 would be less than 6, but 8 would be greater than 6. So I hope that I haven't confused you much, but if I have, then I'm sorry. But if I'll go through this multiplication one again, that it was a little bit, might have been confusing, but now I think that you would have grasped it properly. Thanks for watching.